Hello, this is Vivica Williams, and you're watching Head to Head on UATV. Today we're going to speak with Oleg Derevianko. He's with Kyiv Cyber Academy, and he's also chairman of the board with Information Systems Security Partners. So, Oleg, thank you for joining us for this short interview. So you're with the Kyiv Cyber Academy.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, the Kyiv Cyber Academy is a new entity, like educational entity that we launched last year. It was launched by the company, by the group of companies called ISSP, Information Systems Security Partners, which is the leading cybersecurity company in this part of the world in Eastern Europe, and which operates in 5 markets already. So it's company has been active for more than 10 years. So, and basically we used to have a training center for all these years, but training center only was covering like a corporate education where advancing was taken care to help already existing professionals to advance their skills, to learn new skills and technologies. But last year we launched the Kyiv Cyber Academy specifically to target the students and actually to enhance the quality of cyber education in general, and to actually approach the students from their first years in the university and help them gain real professional skills. It's all about really professional education. All the tutors and lecturers are real life practitioners in cybersecurity that have extensive experience in analyzing, detecting, and mitigating cyber threats, cyber attacks.
This is an addendum to students. They're attending a regular university and then they take additional classes here, or how does that work?
It's basically, so we've started with a very simple thing basically. So we are delivering the courses that allow students to get the professional certification, which is recognized internationally. And yes, it is to a certain extent, it's like the students would learn the theoretical subjects in the university, and then they would, but basically the fundamentals, and then they would come to us and they would gain the professional qualifications in various fields related to cyber. But this is just the beginning. So our vision is that we're currently developing a new course that will be called Cybersecurity Fundamentals, and then we will probably arrive next year with a master program in the cybersecurity, and then we will move to the bachelor program. But in general, the Kyiv Cyber Academy, the vision for Kyiv Cyber Academy is to provide the world-class learning opportunities for students that really want to become skilled professionals in the world that highly depends on the cyberspace. And it's not only about cybersecurity, it will be also about the data technologies and machine learning, artificial intelligence, all the other things.
Well, so this new initiative it seems really impressive. Are the students coming just here from Kyiv or around the country? And how does this work? Or do you have with other universities, or how is this working to get students from these different places?
In fact, students come from all over Ukraine. So, and some of them, it's a blended learning. So they have access to lectures, and those students who are in Kyiv, if it's a lecture, they come to a lecture, and the lecture is also broadcasted to those students that are not in Kyiv. They can watch the lecture online, but also there's an access to the laboratory environment, the virtual laboratory environment, where students can do a lot of practical tasks, and so it's very practical education, of course, on the basis of the knowledge, but and the science, but of course there's a lot of practice involved in it. But also we cooperate. One of our missions, so we're not perceived like creating a competition to the universities, vice versa. We are helping them to enhance the quality of the education. So we have a memorandum signed with the Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic University in Kyiv. We have a partnership memorandum signed with the National Aviation University, and so we basically help also. Our next step, which we're already taking care of, is to enhance the quality of teaching. So we also do instructions and help the lecturers in cybersecurity in other universities to enhance their, to bring their knowledge up to date and to keep up to date in terms of, because cyber security is a very, very dynamic area. So there's a lot of changes happening every day. So, and if you're not up to date and there's no it would be like useless, if you would just tell something that happened like. Well, of course, it's interesting what happened like 5 or 10 years, or even 2 years or a year ago. But sometimes, if you really want to make a high-quality education of cybersecurity professionals, you have to deliver cutting-edge knowledge and cutting-edge cases, and really up-to-date cases about cyber attacks. And to do this, you have to have this connection with the industry. That's what we can deliver thanks to our partnership with ISSP.
So what is the cost for students who want to take classes here? And do they receive a certificate? I know you're only in your first year, or is this a addendum to their degree when they graduate?
Yeah, the cost would vary significantly depending on whether it's an international program, whether it's an international certification, or it's local certification. So but in general, we try to make pricing really affordable for the students in Ukraine, and also how we do it. For example, in case if it's an international certification and the prices could be quite high for Ukrainian students, we have again a partnership with ISSP, Information System Security Partners, which provides a lot of scholarships, and almost half of the group, of each group consists of students that received either 25, 50, or 100% scholarship to pay their tuition. So we really want to find talent and help best talent to get a world-class education. So that's part of our mission as well.
So this is really fascinating to me. But it's just the first year. So what has happened in the first year with the students, and how many students do you have right now?
We've just, I think we've just, the second group is just finished. And these first two groups, they were studying the wire hacking technique, so the ethical hacking, because this is one of the this is kind of profession where we lack capacity in Ukraine in terms of the number of professionals available in the market. But again, so it's just the first year or even the first half of the year. So next year, if we talk about the training center of ISSP, last year alone we provided various types of trainings and education to around 500 students, but that was covering mostly like corporate professionals and so on. But this year, so we think we don't know what would be because it's also a matter of demand, and but we believe that from the start of the new season in education, so in September, since it's just the beginning of the operation of Kyiv Cyber Academy, so the number of students is not that high at the moment. So we just finished two groups, around 15 people in each of the group, but it's a very, very high-end advanced education in cybersecurity. But then again, so as I mentioned to you, so in the autumn we're going to launch a cybersecurity fundamental course, which would be available for all IT specialists and even non-IT specialists. We're going to launch the course for cybersecurity for managers, cybersecurity for C-level executives. So we believe that the number of students will grow really quickly and exponentially. And when we will launch our master's degree program in a year or two, I think, so that we will arrive at this. We will see how many students we're going to have, but I think that would be a couple of hundred students definitely per.
So at the moment, you offer not just like a full course, but also these short courses. And what about your accreditation? What does that look like? Or are you seeking a type of accreditation that will be recognized in Ukraine and internationally?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We are, in terms of accreditation, we're seeking accreditation. We're partnering with producers of the knowledge and of the professional trainings that are already accredited internationally, and the qualifications that are recognized internationally, like certified ethical hacking, like certified hacking forensics investigation, like certified information system security professional. All these qualifications, they are already recognized internationally, and we partner with those, organizations that produce the body of knowledge for the certification, and we provide these courses here, train the tutors and instructors, and do this. In terms of the Kyiv Cyber Academy as an educational institution, frankly speaking, we're not seeking to get the so-called governmental accreditation from the Ministry of Education of Ukraine, since we believe that that's not really necessary for us in order to do what we're going to do and to fulfill our mission.
For your master's program?
For master's program, when we arrive at the master's program, of course, we will think about either getting the Ukrainian accreditation or partnering with some international universities where students will be studying in Kyiv Cyber Academy and will receive dual degrees, so will receive the masters from Kyiv Cyber Academy and from one of the Western accredited universities, so that they receive the certification or degree already recognized internationally. So that's what we're going to do.
Wow. And what about, like, for example, internship programs or encouragement for students to work with Ukrainian government or intern there? How are students getting more practical knowledge? And also about the internships or being encouraged to work in the government sector here in Ukraine or in the private sector?
Okay. Yeah, first of all, those students that show show the talent and the capacity and the desire to become real cyber professionals, we offer them internship in our company, and we offer to our clients, which are both private and public sector and different organizations in Ukraine, and not only in Ukraine, we offer them those specialists and we offer them for internship. Some of them get job immediately without even internship because they get internship while studying, and then after studies they can already get the job. And but there's another very interesting thing that we are developing right now. So we, in partnership with ISSP and especially ISSP Labs, which is the research lab of the ISSP as a company that dealing with forensics, with attack analysis, with reverse engineering. We've developed a new approach to analysis and investigation of cyber attacks called threat scale, where scale stands for sequence of cyber attack lifecycle events. So this is a model that describes the sequence of attack and different stages of the attack, and which actually allows the analyst to have a full comprehension of the stages of the attack and what goals, objectives, instruments the adversaries can use at each particular stage, and what instruments and methods the defenders can use in order to protect the infrastructure of the data at this particular stage. And for this threat scale model, we've been currently developing a body of knowledge, and we're going to introduce the new international certification that will be called Certified Threat Scale Analyst, that we actually want to roll out internationally and create an English version, put it online, and maybe partner with some other institutions in other countries so that they could teach this body of knowledge to the students in their countries. So this is part of the goal that we also have, and it's really something fascinating that, we've already presented this threat scale model and the results of the research and investigations that we did on the basis of this threat scale model. We've already presented in MIT, in Dartmouth College, and some other institutions. We've got really great references from them in terms of the impact that this model brings to better understanding of cyber attacks and to their to research in this field. So we are quite excited to bring it further to the next level.
Right. So what's the future then that you see for cybersecurity education in Ukraine and for the use of Ukraine's lessons in teaching cybersecurity, but primarily about the future of education here?
We have at the moment so many universities in Ukraine, but the quality is quite poor, with certain exceptions. And in terms of cyber, we also have already, when some topic becomes hot, then all the so-called universities jump in and try to offer these courses to graduates of schools, and we now have 42 universities offering education in cybersecurity. Wow. But you can hardly imagine that you would hire those graduates as cybersecurity professionals because, with some exceptions, most of these 42 universities, they just don't deliver the knowledge and skills that are needed in the market. That's why we believe that the future of education, especially in such a dynamic and practical field as cybersecurity, lies in dual education, in real combination of studying the fundamentals needed for cybersecurity, like cryptography, like general computer science and networks and so on, and also really practical stuff and practical skills, how to apply this knowledge. And to study the second part, the practical skills, you can only do this if you have the access to these real cases and to the environments where you can practice them. And that's what Kyiv Cyber Academy is offering. And we are going to continue partnering with the leading universities and help leading universities enhance the quality of education, whereas we hope that the students and the parents would advance in terms of their capacities to better define where to study in order to get a real education, not just a piece of paper that would show that they studied somewhere.
Oh. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Oleg, about the Kyiv Cyber Academy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.